And we are back, ladies, gentlemen, and MBs, for the start of our Academy Overwatch GLEC match versus Olivet. I'm your host, Adam. I'm here with my co-host.
Henry Speedy Kill Ninja.
And I mean, we're immediately going to hop into this game here. Moving pretty quick here. As you can see, starting lineup we got going on here is we got RJ, Happy Squid on the support. We got CQ9 and Kirakuki. Uh, and then Ramon as well. The stream is trying to kill itself, but it's fine because we're living over here in the booth now. Um,
Yeah, we've had a lot of change of plans today with the stream, but
yep, yeah. As you can see,
OBS is not happy about it.
yeah, we have a couple of scenes loaded, but no, we're gonna see pretty unique comp going out here. I'm pretty sure perks are still banned in GLEC.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
so most college conferences, including the GLEC, have banned it for this week, and planning on introducing it next week. I think it's also kind of just like, let's ban it this week, see what kind of bugs happen, what other conferences do, how it kind of all plays out. But for the first week, it's banned, kind of aligning with that like League of Legends new champion release sort of thing, new season release. So yeah, they're going to be disabled for this first game, but definitely something that could really shake up, or will 100% really shake up the meta, and how this game is played in general. So.
Yep.
I always think this Overwatch team and Valpo esports in general, one of our biggest strengths is like adaptability and being able to like improve throughout the game. So I think at the end of the day, it's going to be something that will be to our benefit, just because we have great coaching on our Overwatch team, very dedicated players to practicing and learning those new kind of metas and how the game will shift around. But anyways. We have a pretty big play coming out for Valpo as Kirakuki does get an ultimate, but unfortunately down for Valpo.
Yeah, Kirakugi just putting on a show right here. Going to be able to pick up 2 there as well. But that is going to result in an Olivet steal. Valpo having to just back up 41% on the point. Nothing too wrong with that push, right? Sometimes you just got to give it back, take a little reset, be able to crack back at it again.
Something to note about this starting lineup too is that CQ9 is actually going to be on DPS today, and Happy Squid, who's typically not starting in the first game, will be starting on supports and shifting CQ9 over to DPS. So interested to see how that's going to play out. Additionally, heading into this game, week 6 of the GLEC, Valpo is 2-4, and Olivet is 1-2. So a lot less games played for them, but the same ratio-wise. Win-loss record, so should be a very close series, and so far on this first one, Ilios have had a very competitive game.
Yeah, what we're going to see here, Valpo kind of getting a little bit split off. It's kind of rough because you have that Ana and Soldier on the side, and just walking kind of into that choke point makes it really, really tough to try and get your DPS. DPS supports fall. All that's left is Kirakuki on the point. They're just going to have to chill out here a little bit till team is back. Olivet did recapture with around 58% here, so Valpo gonna have to make a look to push onto point here, excuse me. But you can see ball jumps in immediately. Sojourn with Nano and ult coming from the side. Kirakuki's gonna be able to block a majority of it, but they are in the back line. Dino Dan finds one, he finds the second one as well. Valpo is down now 3v5 here. He did blow 2 ultimates though. That's 3, excuse me. Now Valpo's in a really rough spot. Kirakuki's able to find 1 here, but now jumping from the back, it's just not much else you can do here. All that's left is Kirakuki again. Valpo is respawning though, 85% on the objective
here. And
here.
do have 5 ultimates coming up here, so ult economy is 100% full ult economy, and we will see some
it's the solo open. Not going to be able to find anything, just trying to catch out Sojourn there, but Sojourn's jump just being a little bit too quick. Kirakuki using it to kind of levitate over that wall and get back onto this objective. Overtime pops up, going to be able to get a huge knockout, and here comes the Soldier pop out as well. There's just everybody popping ult here, but Ramon is falling on the point. Valpo still going 1 for 1, but does drop. Now you have 3 dead on point. All that's left is CQ9 and Ramon respawning back, and Valpo going to lose this first objective.
And that's unfortunate. They had 5 ultimates available there, so if you have 5 ultimates, like, you should win the upcoming fight. So unfortunate they weren't able to take over point there, but they had a really good start to that game. Just kind of got on the back foot and weren't able to recover. And I think partly in due to this wrecking ball, we were talking about it a bit yesterday, but very tough tank to play around, and it's just so much different, atypical from what you typically see.
Yeah, especially when these kind of comps just getting dove, right? We're seeing a lot of these fights. Kirakuki is staying up for a while, right? It's not so much that they're like outbursting them, it's that a lot of Valpo's backline is falling first. Whether that may be from dives or mispositioning, either one. It feels like Valpo just doesn't really have the backup right now to kind of push onto these objectives. So you can see Wrecking Ball immediately going to take high ground and not spotted by Kirakuki either as they just walk by, but immediately jumps on this backline point and Waffles finds the first kill. Ramon immediately falling, Air J also falling. And that's going to be Happy Squid, and Valpo is back to square one, another knockoff as well, and all that's left is CQ9 on point here. And Valpo's push been completely just shattered.
Unfortunate. And when you kind of talk about, so we do see a lot of these dive comps this semester. It's been really strong meta. You kind of talk about the positioning. Now, something that comes into mind is comfortability. Have a new support, or not a new support, but we have a sub in. He doesn't typically play in game one, and then we have CQ9 role swapping. So how that mentality switches from support to DPS as that positioning probably has to be a bit different. So could play a factor into that positioning and could kind of be exploited by the dive comp.
Yeah, you see immediately the swap to Hazard from Kirakuki, but Happy Squid just falling right there. They're forced to just back up. Ball still back on this objective, getting the slam down. Gonna have a lot of healing though, enough to just stay up, and Kirakuki is now anti-purple. Gets bumped back and not gonna be able to survive that. Although his team steps up, Valpo is just really having a tough time kind of pushing past this point. They're gonna fall again. Air J dies. They're just falling back. It's looking really rough right now for Valpo, just trying to get onto this with 50% on the point. Olivet is just kind of running them over.
So we saw at the beginning of the first one in Ilios, they were able to take point and really have a good couple of team fights there, the first two team fights of the game. So what do you think changed, and what do you think Valpo needs to do to kind of bring this one back in their favor?
It's just rough because it feels like they're not tagging ball as much as they should be, right? And a lot of these times they're walking into these chokes, which, obviously every map has a choke point that you're going to have to walk into inevitably, but it comes a point where if you're not tagging ball, he's always going to find jump on you on those chokes. It feels like Valpo walks in, they don't see Wrecking Ball, they don't see like Sojourn on top. They kind of jump in, and then Ball gets a kill, right? Ball gets a pick. Because here, Kuki immediately going to get super aggressive here, jumping to this top side. They'll be able to find one, and this might be Valpo's luck, but he does miss the dash. He's not going to be able to jump back up. He can wall climb it, and that's the first kill on Hamster that they got. Now they're going to push on. There's the gates open. Dino Dan's going to find one, though. The teleport from Symmetra on point is going to be huge here. As immediately popping out ult. CQ9 is going to be able to find one. Going purple, but it's not going to be enough. They are going to shred onto this point. Dino Dan falling in. That's going to be Valpo's first win, on these fights. It's going to wall CQ9 off just for fun here. It's one thing. It's,
nice team fight though.
the game isn't going as well. You still keep the spirits up. Still having a little bit of fun with it.
It is fun to see that kind of like out of game relationship be translated in
Yeah.
the game. Be like, yeah, I'm gonna wall you in the corner.
Yeah, but here comes the funny part about balls. Immediately jumps in, gonna ult onto this point here. Happy Scoot with a nice Suzu, gonna be able to stay alive. Still trying to push for this, but RJ is gonna fall first. There's the ult as well coming from Symmetra, and Valpo is just really stuck on this point here. Kirakuki is gonna fall, CQ9 is gonna fall, and that's gonna be pretty much a team wipe here for the side of Olivet. With 99%, I think that's just game. Yeah, looks like nobody's going to be able to get back to point here, and that is going to be map 1 of this series going to Olivet. Gotta see who the play is. I've been interested on this one.
I'm taking the Shojin ult right there on map 2. Oh,
Hamster. I love this character. I love Wrecking Ball so much. Yeah, we're gonna see. It's that whole thing where it's just immediately the knockoff as well. Feels like walking into those choke points becomes just so hard because when you don't have eyes on ball, he just kind of flies around and then knocks you off. And by that point, if you don't have anybody in your backline, it's really tough to solo tank. We've seen Kirakuki was putting in a lot of work, especially on those front lines, but it's just rough. There's only so much you can do when you're not covering your team. Right,
yeah.
so it happens, but Olivet is going to go 1 up right now in this series, but obviously we will catch you guys at the start of map 2, and I'll see you guys soon.
Initial flashpoint. Mark it.
And we are back, ladies, gentlemen, and Ebbies, for the start of this map 2 of Academy Overwatch versus Olivet. We're going to see a little bit of a roster switch up. We're going to have CQ9 back on the support here. Atlas popping in as well for DPS. So we get a little bit of a swap around, but now still going to try and get onto this point. Valpo with a little bit more aggressiveness. Atlas on this venture. We've seen him play this many times before, so definitely a comfortable champion for him. Going gonna try and push onto this point, right? A little bit split, but we're gonna see Kirikuki immediately isolate the Symmetra in the backline. Dinodan is gonna drop Ramon though. They're gonna take out this TP, and you have 2 down. It's gonna be a 3v5, so you are fighting a little bit rough here, but let's see if you can maybe get a pick. Atlas gonna have to dive underground, gonna be able to find that, but I think Valpo, this fight is just a little bit lost here, as he's just gonna pop up, try and get out, but it's not gonna do anything. Valpo gonna have to be pushed back off this point. CQ9 and Ramon just gonna wait for this initial objective, excuse me.
Yeah, I think this roster swap might help him out a bit because CQ9 is a better support player than DPS, and Atlas is a better DPS than CQ9. I don't know.
Yeah, on paper, it's a net positive.
Yeah. So on paper, this roster should theoretically do better.
Yeah.
CQ9 able to find a kill, showing why he should be playing DPS right now. It's interesting to see the flashpoint on map 2, so kind of used to watching NECC for Overwatch, but going to be on the Cervasa map 2. And I do like this Alga pickup.
Yeah, really nice stomp right there. Good try, just isolate there. Not gonna be able to get anything though. Ramon's still playing to this backside. They're just in a real bit of a rough spot right now because 90% on this flashpoint. So CQ9's gonna pick off another one right. There's only Waffles on point with Ball. Ball's just kind of playing a little bit of defense as the stick from Dinodan gonna find Ramon. RJ's gonna be able to trade one though, and you're still playing with this backline. Like you're not in the worst spot there. RJ gonna be able to survive that ball right in the face as well, and just punch and get back out. So now Valpo with their first objective capture of this map.
Yeah, I'm going to have a couple ults available, definitely. But Olivet, great ult eco here, gonna have 4 available pretty soon. Valpo also gonna have 4, so
yeah,
we'll see how many are invested.
So Metro Wall comes back up. It's going to split the team right there. You can see Kirikuki's kind of stuck on the side. The Suzu's going to be able to keep him up for a little bit longer. Dash at as well. And then the drill dash on the side. Malco ult's going to pop off. It's going to be huge for Valpo. It does capture 2 people as Atlas is going to capitalize on that. Picks up 1. Although Ramon does fall again in the backline. Atlas picks up a second. It's going 2 for 2 right now, Valpo. It's going to be 3v3 onto this point. The gates are open for the side of Olivet, but it is going to help them pick up 2 though. Kirikuki falls. All that's left is Atlas. And Atlas just going to have to back up off this point. 76%, but it is overtime. Just looking to try and stall this. Maybe Valpo can get back onto this. Going to bounce around a little bit. Drill dash under point. You are going to be invulnerable for this moment. Dash up again and going to be able to find 1 just solo on this point, but Ramon is back. Ramon picks up the second one as well before dying.
No
Kirikuki
way.
picks up the third. There's going to be 2 there as well. The slam is going to be huge. Gates open again on point. They can still hold this. It's not going to be the worst. Kirikuki looking for that. The burn is going to be able to pick up that kill as well, and all that's left is Ball on point with this ult. But they're not on point.
Oh no!
He's on the corner. He's not on the flash point as they just take the objective.
I also did not notice until the point was taken, unfortunately.
Oh.
That was such a great hold there. That could have been the craziest point. That's so unfortunate.
It just hurts so much. It hurts so much.
That's so tough.
No, Valpo's just going to have to reset here, obviously.
I do want to
seconds till the
emphasize
next flash
how
point.
phenomenal of a play that was by Atlas and then the team coming around.
Yeah, no, that was huge.
But hopefully they can keep their head in the game here for this second point, because that's probably pretty brutal.
Yep. Ramon finds one. Ramon going to find the second one as well. Going to take out that teleporter and now just shred this ball. Just so much damage coming up from Kirikuki and Ramon. Now playing onto this objective. Obviously going to swift step back out, but Kirikuki is not done with this fight yet, as he's going to dash immediately back in and look for another one. Oh, and Valpo now taking an objective spot. Although obviously you lost the first flashpoint, not taking it lying down. Going to be able to pop back out and get the first capture on this point.
Yeah, and I think Bastion is a very unique pick, something that we have not seen very much this season. But when he's in that like tank shred Bastion mode,
this is riveting. That's riveting tank gameplay right here. This is what it's all about. This is tank gameplay. Hey, we win it.
They're just boosting up each other's DPS stats.
That's the equivalent of the Thing and the Hulk just punching each other over and over and over to see who wins. That was awesome.
Equivalent like a top lane wet noodle, like
yeah, just
full noodle fight.
Cracking heads, I guess. But we're gonna see onto this objective here. Now, with both tanks down, it's gonna be up to the supports now to try and just slam it out. RJ is gonna be able to find one though, but doesn't get caught on the side. CQ9 just having to just leave back out, as that's gonna be a point objective. captured for Olivet, although Valpo did put 83% on the board, so you can't complain.
Yeah, great start to the second point here. Going to have 4 ultimates available again here. So we'll see what they decide to invest here to take over this point. But I really think they should just use all they need to win the fight, especially after the ending the game to that first point on.
You do have Atlas ult as well. He's going to be able to dash onto this side. The gates have been open for both sides of Valpo. Here comes the ult coming out of Atlas as well. Forrest is going to strike first blood. Dino Dan picked up the second one. Valpo's fighting a 3v5. Atlas is going to trade one back. Still looking around this corner here. They're all stuck in the Malga ult. And the pulse bomb is just going to be huge. The Reaper ult might have been overkill there because the pulse bomb in Malga ult just shredded all of Valpo. That's going to be captured. I don't know if they're going to get to this point in time. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to stop and try and reset maybe. As Olivet pushes up trying to just get any picks. If they can just boop them back off here, yeah, that's going to be objective for ejective for Olivet as next flashpoint unlocks. Going to be an immediate brawl right there, and Valpo loses it again. They just got caught out in a bad spot here. That's going to be 3 down again for the side of Valpo. And now they're stuck on this rotate, and that first flashpoint is going to at least have first setup. I don't know about first capture because we still have 20 seconds till it unlocks, but at least setup-wise, Olivet is going to be in a better position.
Yeah, would like to see this Bastional when point unlocks too. Don't believe we've seen it yet this game, but could have some great like space and zoning control. Not typically an ult you see pick up too many kills, but
Yeah, it should be
a good chance to use it.
Sure Bailey is helpful to try and enter onto this point as well, because you're going to see Malga immediately jumps in right there. And now in the middle of 5 people in Valpo, it's still going to drop 1, but Atlas is going to trade that right back. You don't have a tank and you don't have a DPS, it's tank for DPS, so I'll take that. But CQ9 immediately going to take up that kill. They're still pushing onto this objective. You have a lot of space. They did get the capture though, so they are going to just drain a couple of percentage, but Valpo immediately on this point. You're going to see Reaper right there. The Suzu's going to be huge for them. Dashing in, Atlas going to find that first one. Still looking for the second one right there. There's the melee. Finds the second one. Reaper gets the third one with the fadeaway shot from death. And now Valpo on this objective. CQ9 picks it up with the alt click. And all that's left is Ramon to finish off Dino Dan, and that's going to be objective for Valpo. But obviously, it's, flashpoint. So even that little skirmish right there took 32% off the board.
Now Valpo going to have 4 ults available again here. I really kind of, I would prefer them almost to use more than they need, but they really got to use them and invest them. We kind of saw what Olivet did on that point. Is was probably overkill, but they wanted to make sure that they won that team fight. While Valpo has this huge ulti con, actually going to have 5 available.
Lucio immediately jumps down, and that's going to be trapped down as well from Malga, and all that's left is for these tanks to brawl, because you popped Lucio ult, you popped Malga ult, right? CQ9's beam does go out, but it's not going to be enough. All that's left is Ramon and respawn here. They take objective again, excuse me.
I
and
think
Valpo
the issue
is just trying to regroup.
They get picked and they can't engage before they use those ultimates, and then once you have a member down, it's tough to want to invest those ults.
Yeah.
Take that with a grain of salt though, because most of the time I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to watching.
No, I mean you go 2 for 1 ult, and you're gonna see Ramon pop off ult as well right here. Reaper in the backlines, but Ramon is gonna die. Just getting that shot up. I don't know if it's gonna be enough. It's 2 fall for the side of Valpo. No tank, no DPS. AirJ is gonna be able to pick up 1 though. It did fall. So Atlas still just trying to take off this Reaper in the backline. Reaper gonna just form steal real quick, but Atlas is gonna trade that off. But it is overtime. I mean, there's not much you can do here. As Valpo just fall on this second map. Excuse me.
Olivet able to take game 2 here, but we'll take a peek at the play of the game. I am hopeful that it will be Atlas on that venture, but most likely going to be that pulse bomb.
Yeah. Gonna have the support.
Completely wrong.
Yeah, I mean this is woohoo!
Some of these make negative amount of sense to me when they choose to play the game.
I'm just sitting and smiling, but no, obviously Olivet gonna be able to find map 2 there, finish it off.
One of their players said W play. They agree with us.
All right, cool. I'm glad I'm not just being mean in the booth. I don't like just being mean, but that was something. So we're gonna take a slight break here. as we move to map 3 of this series. Valpo down 0-2 right now, hoping for a comeback. And we are back, ladies, gentlemen, and MBs, for the start of our map 3 of this Valpo Olivet series for Academy Overwatch. And we're just starting it off. You know, obviously Valpo down 0-2 right now, so we're gonna look at a peaceful scene before this push map. We're just gonna enjoy this moment really quick, because as we pop in right now, Valpo is going to be rocking pretty similar comp to what we've seen before, right?
Yep.
Only difference really being that we have Ramon on Reaper. No roster changes going into this game, so these guys hopefully gonna get it going. Right, you're online now, so
And what I will say is, in their most previous NECC match,
Ooh.
they actually did get a reverse sweep. So we'll see if they can do it in back-to-back games here, get a reverse sweep. But gonna have a chance at it. I guess the only way you get a chance at it is if you lose. Too. It's unfortunate, but yeah,
No.
gonna be headed to push.
and we're gonna see right there. Immediately finds first pick right there. CQ9 gonna just snipe to that backline. That's gonna force Olivet off of this objective, because now Valpo is just kind of walking around this corner. Olivet knows that it's kind of hard to contest these points, right, if you don't really have a pick. So they're kind of just letting it rock. No big deal on letting the robot push up to this objective, but it's just that checkpoint that you really want to start holding. But you see, Atlas almost just bursts fully with Ramon right there. Almost just pops the 2 DPS, but now Valpo is pretty split on this objective. They're looking for picks. Waffles is going to be able to find one on this objective. Atlas still dashing to this point here. CQ9 is going to be forced back out. Pekir, Cookie, and Ramon are going to be able to find one. Badger picks off a second one. It's just really scrappy, but Valpo is just holding this objective right now, because now you're pushing to the side. You have no supports on the side, but Atlas is immediately going to find one. They just push onto this objective. Atlas now looking for the second one right there. Olivet, I don't know what they're doing. I'm really confused what their placement is here. It feels really split, because Valpo kind of just walked robot to objective with no opposition at all.
I do think they potentially had a roster swap. I don't recognize two of their names, but I also
No,
wasn't looking
they
at them
haven't.
before. Okay, they haven't.
Yeah, those are the same players. Yeah, it's a.
I wasn't 100% sure.
You're still rocking, because there we go. There's the 2 tag, and we're back at it again. I feel like
this is definitely the same tag.
yeah, I feel like every time I lock onto Kirakuki, we're beating heads with the enemy Malga like 50 times over. Not saying that's the wrong thing to do, but I feel like, you know, for gameplay on the stream, I'm not exactly capturing the best right now. A really nice sleep, but immediately going to be woken up again right there. The nano and the slam down, it's just going to be so huge, and all that's left is Ramon and AirJ to back up onto this point, and Olivet with their first capture of this game, or first at least objective movement of this game.
Yeah, Valpo is switching up their comp a decent bit here. Specifically, Ramon going to be on the Reaper, and then CQ9 on the what's her name?
CQ9 on Ana.
Ana, yes, yes.
There you go.
With that sleep, with that anti, a lot more long range sniper. Yeah.
You could tell how many games Henry's casted, because he doesn't know the character name, but he knows exactly what the character does.
Well, you can also,
So
I cast, there's too many games that I cast.
Yeah,
My range is far, but not, don't have the high skill level. I'm kind of just mid.
That window is huge. Oh my goodness, Ramon! It popped in the back. There's so many ults going on, I wasn't able to hear the Reaper ult go off, so I didn't switch it. I'm sorry about that, but Ramon picking up a triple really quick right there. Please play the game, pick it up. Please play the game, pick it up. I missed it on spectator, and I feel really bad. Please play the game, pick it up.
It's gonna be like a Juno, solo kill,
Swear
and
I'm gonna
healing
lose my
somebody.
mind. I'm gonna feel so bad. I'm sorry, Ramon. I missed it. That's my bad.
Yeah, the kill feed just flashed with 6 people.
I didn't even hear the ult, because I'm listening. I see
either.
Reaper ult up, and I'm listening for it so I can swap to 5, but it just didn't pop. I was like, what the hell? But no, he's gonna swap off Reaper now. And immediately gonna pop up. There's gonna be the ult from Malga on the side of Forest. Still shredding out and gonna anti-heal through that Dino Dance shot. Is gonna finish it off. Atlas just gonna be forced to back up a little bit here. Kirakuki still, Kirakuki down, so Valpo gonna have a tough time. Ramon gonna be able to find one there, looking for the second one right here, not gonna be able to get it off the wall. Gets chipped off a lot here. Atlas gonna dash around this corner, but falls to Indeed on the flank. And now Ramon just stuck in a really weird spot with the 2 supports here, trying to just pop out, get a little bit of damage, but the anti there is gonna be a little bit rough. Kirakuki trying to just set up on this backline, while Atlas respawns.
And Ramon did make that swap to the Cassidy. Unfortunately, does get staggered there, so could be tough. to try and hold on to this objective before Olivet takes the lead with that stagger.
Oh, and he found Soldier on the side right there. This is a fight for Atlas that he wants. He's gonna dash in immediately right there, and there comes the ult from Mauga as well, jumping in from the corner. The nano is gonna be huge. Kirikuki jumps around the side, and then I think Atlas is. Oh, that was weird.
Yeah, it
Excuse me.
almost looks like he like DC'd or
I
something.
think he DC'd for a moment, yeah, because that was something. We've been having internet issues as well. You dash him away from the health pack. That's not yours. No touchy. Jump from the side. Okay, see, more people want this health pack. Why Atlas just needs to sit around this health pack more. This is awesome. But Atlas picking up 2 right there, and that's going to be a 1 fight for Valpo. Ton of ultimates being thrown down. Atlas still being able to hold on to his, but looks like ult economy is in the favor of Olivet right now, right? They're just going to have more up in that time. You're going to have your 2 DPS ults up, so you still have a lot of damage, and here comes the damage right now. Mainly going to pop it from the side, just looking for something on this backline supports. Not going to be able to find anything, but does zone him off enough for CQ9 to land the biotic grenade. Going to finish off one. Dino Dance going to trade the second one right there, and Valpo's kind of stuck at a standstill at this point. Now going to dash up. You find the 2 supports on the back line. The sleep is going to miss as well. Going to dash up. Still looking for something. Gets the shot. Finds one. Still looking for the second on Badger. Hits the shot. And Atlas is just clearing this back line right now. As the rest of Valpo just handles the front line of their team. Woohoo!
340 left. Valpo is still retaining the lead here.
Yep.
And getting some extra meters here on their lead as well.
Yeah, I think Atlas just playing this kind of aggressive game, playing this dive backline is definitely working for Valpo. Doing a lot better staying up, especially in the face of that Mauga, in the face of those tanks. So allowing them kind of work it. There comes the ult from the side as well. Atlas does spot it. Going to try and just take a couple of pick shots off. Gonna jump off from this side as well. Get a couple of hits, but the biotic and the healing is just going to be too much as he does fall to Indeed. Now Kirikuki anti and slept on point. Going to try and just get the healing. It's not going to be enough. Dino Dan's going to be able to pick that one off, and all that's left is Ramon and the supports in the back. CQ9 gets stomped on. Ramon just getting staggered here, and Olivet is setting themselves up to try and make a push here. A ton of ults coming up. All that you really are missing for the side of Olivet is a Soldier, but otherwise I'd say their ult economy is up right now.
Yep. 245 here. Olivet's really going to be trying to get to this checkpoint to get that closer respawn point, but Valpo really doesn't want to get
Good
there.
slam down. They're immediately going to Mauga ult and then power up as well from the side just to try and get a little bit of front line. There's the barrier as well, and that damage is just way too much with the barrier. Force Striker picks up 2, Badger and Waffles the supports on Olivet pick up the other 2, and all that's left is Ramon on this point here. He does have Deadeye, so being in this back position is not the worst if he doesn't die here. If he's able to walk out here, I think you could set yourself up for actually a pretty good Deadeye spot. I don't think it's
Though,
the worst here.
Not only do they give up the checkpoint, but they also give up the lead with that team fight loss.
Yeah, but immediately a pick right there. It pops out from the side. And Ramon's going to find 1 with the ult as well. That's going to be huge. You find 2 for the side of Valpo. That's 3. Dino Dan's going to be able to trade there. But I think Atlas can finish him off, yeah, with the shot in the air. And now Venture is just going to torture this backline. Atlas pretty much no holds barred, just gonna be able to walk on them. Still playing with that little objective, trying to find Ana, and the sleep dart's gonna miss. So the jump up right here, it's gonna be enough. Now trying to dash, but you don't have the underground. Trying to just get to the side. The shields aren't gonna be enough as Valpo tries to push it right back. But you have a lot of space to move before you can get this objective with 1:25 left. So you can't really play this stagger game. As you're gonna see, the beam's gonna stay up, trying to just keep them alive. If you can get any picks here, it's gonna be huge. Kirikuki playing this game again where you just shoot each other in the face until somebody dies. So Ramon's going to be able to pick up that kill. They're pushing this objective back. So definitely a very, very worth beam usage there as they do drop 4 for the side of Olivet. Olivet going to be forced back, and now you're getting close to this objective. You're going to be able to try and push for these meters.
Let's do this.
Going to be a big last minute here. Can Olivet close out the series, or can Valpo find a game here in this series?
Yeah, slam down's going to be huge. Ramon's going to be able to find 1 though. The ult coming out of Sojin is in the backline, but Atlas immediately going to trade his ult as well and find 2. And that's going to be 4 down for the side of Olivet, and Valpo takes another push with 35 seconds left. They will take the lead here.
When they needed to win the team fight the most, they're able to do it. A huge team fight. Nice
25 seconds left here. Still pushing onto this point here, looking for something. Going to dash around this corner. Okay, still shredding out a little bit here. The healing gonna get trapped as well. There's the ult coming out from Malga, and then the ult from Soldier as well popping out. That's gonna be one drop in, but that's 3 down for the side of Valpo. I feel like every time I hear the ult, I just gotta stay on there and just watch them. Honestly, the
I find it
headshot
funny.
sound is really satisfying. I gotta give it credit. We're gonna see Atlas back on this back line there, but does just get shredded out a little bit too fast. As now it is overtime for Olivet. They're gonna have to stay on this objective. They can't C9 it. So hopefully we can
Hopefully they do.
yeah, hopefully we're looking for it. We're looking for them to C9 it, but you know, they just got to be mentally conscious of that now, as you're gonna see them stack onto this point. Nice thing is you did pop a lot of ults there because you were able to win that last team fight as Valpo. You did pop a lot of ults to regain this, so Valpo's ult economy is actually insane here, right? Because you have Nano up. You're gonna have Kirakuki's ult up as well. And you're gonna see Atlas immediately just jumping on this backline and finds Dino Den instantly. Just not enough healing right there. There's the Nano as well, gonna push back up. It is contested, still looking for the Sonar. Atlas does get that, but the ult coming out of Ramon, and Ramon doesn't find it. That's gonna be 2 falling for the side of Valpo. You're still holding this Nano though for the side of CQ9, so you're at a good spot. Atlas just dashing in this backline. It's not going to be enough. Their tank is still alive. All that's left is CQ9 and AirJ, and CQ9 going to be forced to back up. Overtime still pushing. You have about 20 meters left, but Valpo kind of staggered with support and DPS down here. Going to have to just play with this. Yeah, there's the Nano up, and there's the Kirakuki jumping in with the ult as well. The barrier is going to be huge. They're going to find one Ramon on this backline as well, looking for the second one on this corner. Still just trying to play this. They're drain taking so much. Ramon finds the second one. That's going to be a huge clear. Gets to the third one as well. They're pushed off this point. All that's left is Tracer on point, and there's just one left, and that's not going to be enough. With 2 meters left, Valpo takes the lead, and we'll be able to take the map here. And they're going to keep this Valpo game going. Keep this series going against Olivet.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the play of the game. Hopefully, you're redeemed.
Hopefully, please. Oh, I'm sorry, Ramon. I'm sorry. No, we're gonna say. I mean, this is still insane. Just how much these Malgas were doing in this game. It feels like they were just frontlining these games over and over and over again. It's pretty impenetrable. Impenetrable to fight against. So Valpo gonna return back a little bit here with this score. As we see, we have 50 overlays to click on. There we go. Gonna be able to return back a little bit of answer here, right? Go up 1-2 in this series. So hopefully Valpo can start this return sweep going. A little bit of good luck here, but we will catch you guys at the start of map 4.
Round 1. Capture the objective.
And we are back, ladies, gentlemen, and enemies, for this Valpo versus Olivet series for Academy Overwatch. Right now, Valpo 1-2 in the series, right? Was down 0-2, but did pick up one win right there. You can see the ball immediately dive this back point. Atlas is going to displace Kirakuki on the Reinhardt for this series, for this map, especially on Lijiang Tower. So just going to try and brawl a little bit here, especially in these choke points. Going to have to back up. See down on this back line, the Tracer just going to have to recall. Not going to be able to catch it, but it's kind of just a lot of time wasted now because Valpo just pushed off of this objective, not really being able to find anything. That's going to be first capture for Olivet. Kirakuki does finally find the kill though, so Valpo can maybe make their approach right now. Still just trying to shove to this side. Gets a couple of hits. Ball is going to disrupt a lot though, getting a ton of ult charge off that as well. Already at 82%, with this point not even being under 20. I'm just trying to hit. They're trying to cover to the side a little bit here. They're going to trade 1 for 1 there, but Kirakuki picks up another kill right there. This Tracer is back, so they are just playing on the subject. But Kirakuki almost has ult as well, but the two on the side of Olivet have ult. So now pushing back to the side, you have hammer. You don't really have anything that can block your hammer as well, so it's like, okay, this is just. I feel like I know it's a strat. I know that's what you do as ball. It's like the whole thing you do, but it just makes me laugh every time. It feels like you're BMing when you play this character. But obviously, you know, Fusic playing it your last game in our varsity series, so definitely. No, oh, might have been a little bit of a rough hammer. It's gonna force the Lucio ult out though, right there. As now Valpo still just trying to play on this objective. 62% taken. Can't really find anything. The bat line just getting shredded up a little bit here, as they are going to be able to trade 1, but it's just going to feel a little bit rough. As you see, Ramon does have ult, maybe just looking for the corner, but doesn't have the setup there. Going to just drop right there, and Valpo now falling.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see the swap off Reinhardt here, because we talked about, you know, we need to tag the Wrecking Ball. I feel like there's just not enough mobility on the Reinhardt. We do actually see the switch to the Orisa, so we'll see how that's able to deal with Olivet's comp and be a bit better in this situation. But do have 4 ults available here for Valpo.
Yeah, and we're going to see immediately just shredding there. The back line is just getting hit there. Just trying to dash to the side. You're going to open the gates as well from both sides. Now jumping down to this point, it's just going to be a brawl because you're trying to walk on this objective. Atlas immediately going to pop ult as well. Ramon's still in the back line here. Holding on his ult, still looking for something. Obviously, like, not as many targets right now. But still just looking for the corner. Going to be able to TP back up right there. Kirakuki still just hitting on this corner. Gonna be able to find one. Atlas hits that as well, and Atlas with the double kill, and that's gonna be their very, very first take for this objective.
Finally able to find that Wrecking Ball. I feel like he can like just stay alive on poise so much longer than the typical characters, because he just is so tough to actually like pin down and kill. But Valpo still will have the Ray available and the Reaper ult for this next fight. Wrecking Ball will be on his second rotation ult though. So we'll see what Valpo's able to do. Unfortunately, Atlas does get picked off here.
Yeah, immediately picked off right there, just jumping on the side, still trying to look for something here. CQ9 on the corner. Kirakuki still looking for something over the side. Right, you know, you're at 30%, you're all sitting on point, but here comes the area denial coming out of ball. This just to force them off this point is too far for the side of Valpo. Still trying to look on this top side. Tries to get the heal. Not going to be able to find it. Looking for the knockup. Knockup's not going to be enough, but the dash and shield is going to be able to try and get him away, but the Lucio beat is just way too much, and all that's left is Kirakuki on this objective. Still has ult to pull. We'll be able to find 2, but you're going to die way before that, and that's going to be overtime. And unless they dash onto this point, Ramon is looking for this. Still trying to dash on, not going to be able to find it, and just never found an ult angle to throw out. So
Valpo was able to get halfway there
Score.
of the 100%, so going to be 1-0 towards Olivet in game 4. Olivet on match and objective
Ready
point
for
here.
battle.
Valpo still looking to come back here and get that reverse sweep, but they got a tall task in front of them. We'll see what swaps go through, but so far sticking with the same comp. I've seen a few different tanks from Kirakuki. Does hover the Doomfist. We'll see if it actually makes it out of spawn. I would be kind of surprised to see it.
1.
Yeah, we gotta see. I mean, the rollout here is gonna be insane, right? You have so much speed just getting to this objective. As you can see, he's gonna hit that right there. It's probably just to match the speed of ball, right? His ball immediately gonna dash around, but now you have a lot more pressure on this backline, kind of just to kill. You can just suck up a lot more damage here, but obviously it's sucking up a little bit too much damage. As Dino Dan immediately gonna find the double kill there.
Yeah, and I don't hate switching to the Doomfist just because you haven't found something that's been able to deal with the Wrecking Ball yet. He's going to switch back to the Orisa, though.
Yep.
Now's the time to switch. I mean, if you go down early, don't have much ult charge, so...
Yeah, exactly. So at this point, it's like, what can you do other than just kind of back up a little bit as Olivet takes very first charge. Atlas just trying to make a little bit of space on this side, but it feels like he's just taking a lot of pressure off team right now because Kirikuki gonna be able to find one. They are gonna go 1 for 1 here, but that's gonna be a second one right there. That's 2 picks, and that might be their opening here as ball jumps off the map. I'm losing it, man. I'm losing it. Ball just rolls off the map. Didn't have his grapple ready. So now Valpo kind of just has a free walk onto point here without any picks. The shield and then the walk in is going to be huge. That's just going to be a team wipe for Valpo. That's enough for them to slam on the side. Ball jumps off the map again.
Oh, no!
Oh, God. Ball, what happened? Dude, you gotta talk to somebody
He was trying to fly in, get that touch, so Valpo didn't
honestly,
take control.
give us one more view. Give us one more view. Do it one more time for the team. Unlucky. He's actually playing the game. Unlucky. No, we're going to immediately Dino Dan pops the ult. The Suzu is going to be huge here, though, to save out a lot of damage. And the gates immediately open. They're going to trade 2 for 1 right here. Ball over the side. Indeed just finds another one right there. They're going to be able to trade off, though. It is going to be a 3v2 onto the subjective now. Hitting on this side, the slam down is going to be huge. Kirikuki's the only one left on this point. Going to trade 1 with the ult and then slam off with the second one. But you don't have any healing right there. 24 health can only take you so far. Falls, but Atlas immediately jumping back onto this point. Going to stop this, but the area denial is going to be huge. Pick him off, and now Valpo is a little bit staggered here with them taking this objective.
Yeah, did get actually 10% more than Olivet there, so 48 to 40 now. Don't hate that too much as they were able to force out the Wrecking Ball ult. Stagger too bad, so gonna have a chance to contest here, just above 50%.
Yeah, I mean, now we're just pushing onto the subjective here, right? Obviously, gonna have to be a little bit careful of that ball rolling through. He's just got so much shield that it's just a bit rough. But obviously, you know, you had the beatdown coming up here, so Valpo has to be a bit careful. There's the beam. Gonna pick off Lucio before the beat can drop, so this is actually huge. Atlas now gets a second one as well. Gonna dash in. That's the second hit as... excuse me, that's another kill right there. Here comes the ult from the back line. I don't know if it's going to find anybody there. Yeah, it looks like it was just canceled. They are going to get 1 kill, though. Still just shoving to this side. You have to be a little bit careful as Atlas now just jumps to this back. Valpo still has control, right? Not anything to panic about right now, but they are split in a little bit of a spot. There's the beatdown coming out from the Lucio rollout, and they do have a little bit more health now. Taking onto this objective, you're still contesting the spot, so you are still, you know, gathering as much percentage as you can, because it feels like they just cannot retake this without some kind of ult. But Dino Dan immediately going to be able to kill that tank there. Force Striker picks up Air J as well. Atlas is going to be able to trade 1 before falling, and now that's an objective capture for Olivet and Valpo, arguably on their last push of this game.
Yep. Going to be have their last chance here, need to win a team fight now, and probably another one to retain the point in overtime. But going to be slightly favored in ult economy, so going to have 2 available.
Oh yeah, but there's 2 down immediately from the side of Valpo with 99 coming up. You're going to trade 2 back though, so it's actually not the worst at the moment, but as the third one, it's going to be a 2v3 on this objective here, and then the area denial comes out as well. It is just Atlas and Kirikuki holding on to this point. Both teams are respawning now, so are going to be able to at least delay a little bit here. Going to bounce back the ball as well, and then the gates open up. RJ pops it out, so now you have a lot of damage coming up, but Atlas just falls in the back line. Here comes the ult as well coming out of Ramon. Ramon not going to be able to find anything except for the concussive grenade. That's going to be 2 down, but all that's left is CQ9 and Kirikuki on the subjectives, just trying to stay alive. They're going to try and focus out CQ9 gonna be able to dash back out. Kirakuki still just kind of hovering around this side.
Life on point right now.
He has been on this point literally for the past like 2 minutes here in overtime, just trying to stay it up. But each team is respawn. Kirakuki gonna be able to find one. Still just holding around this objective. That's gonna be 2 down. Ramon's swapped off to the Reaper, and now gets a lot of tank damage, and that's gonna be captured.
They will not give up.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I mean 90% now. I mean Olivet has to just get back to this point. You have to roll out some kind of way, and you see they're just waiting for it. You're gonna have Farrah. There's Lucio jumping back onto this objective. You have really nice stun right there, as you're gonna see. Indeed, immediately gonna pop out right there. Still looking for something. Gonna have to just hit the Wraith form. Doesn't have the ult charge yet to pop Reaper ult, but Reaper ult's gonna be huge here, popping around the side. It does get form changed, but Kirakuki picks up 3. That's gonna be a 4th one as well. Valpo just holding on. That's 4 down, and Valpo, all that's left is the ball and what's it called, the ball and gates on point. Now just gonna dash around this corner, trying to play around a little bit of the area denial and the shot, and that's gonna be all of them cleared off point. And Valpo with a nail biter right there, gonna be able to secure this objective.
I thought it was so over, but Kirakuki just fighting for his life on point, and somehow, some way, going to be heading to this 3rd objective in game 4.
Yeah, they will not quit, and I like that. I like that. You just do not give up on any of these points, especially with just how Overwatch is structured. It's not like League where it feels like it's snowbally, and once you get to a point where it's like unwinnable, it's always you just need you just need 1 or 2 fights.
You have to sit there for like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
and just
exactly.
Be like, well, and only like 0.1% of those ever like go the other way.
Yep.
But anyways, going to be headed to the 3rd objective here. Valpo looking for sweep in game 4 series. I mean, once again, got a lot of work to do before that can happen. Ramon does get picked off quite early in this fight. Once again, going to have this Wrecking Ball. And it looks like the Orisa has been the answer for this Wrecking Ball, so that is a big positive for Valpo, as they feel confident with this comp into the Wrecking Ball now, and are a little bit more used to the play style at this point.
Yeah, you were at least able to get a little bit of practice right into it, right? Take a round off it. So it's not like the boogeyman anymore. Now you can kind of play into it, but Valpo does lose 1st objective capture. Still trying to push on to this point. It's really staggered, right? A lot of these fights have just been like 1-for-1s, just over and over and over again, rather than, you know, like a clean team fight. So Valpo kind of playing in these staggered fights, I feel like, is a little bit better because you have Kirakuki on Orisa. Right, so kind of holding those objectives while these kind of point stagger is really, really strong for them, as immediately they're going to take a capture right here with only 18% on the board.
Yeah, so they're able to take over point now and able to find a nice stagger there. Atlas picking up a nice kill with the assist from Kirakuki. Multi-economy wise, Valpo charging their ults a bit quicker here. Gonna have that Orisa ult coming up pretty soon. Gonna be great to utilize that on point.
Yep, still just trying to push out a little bit here. Kirakuki has a spot. Looking for some kind of pin on this. Not going to be able to find it on the Javelin. Just going to have to push back to this point. 18-31, right? Still ahead on the lead, right? You know, doubled their percentage right now. And immediately going to pop the ult as well. Going to look for this Kiriko on the side, but not going to find it, the Suzu. But the rest of the team is just falling behind now as Valpo CQ9 picks up a double kill there. Just pushing this objective, and Valpo showing their strength here. 50% on this point here, especially on this third objective. Excuse me.
And Valpo really turning this one around, and feels like they are in the.
Oh, immediately air denial coming out. Ball just going to jump onto this objective here. Still trying to push around this side. Atlas playing a lot of the game. Area J gets knocked off, but going to be able to jump back in. There's the ult from Dino Dan as well. Kirakuki's going to be able to trade that. CQ9 finds the second one as well. The beam going to be huge right there. Although Kirakuki's purple, it's not going to matter much if you don't have damage. Ramon finds one in the backline as well. And bye-bye, Echo. Bye-bye. Just flying around the map. Flying around the background. Probably just not wanting to stagger before this very last objective fight, especially because, you know, obviously contested. 90% on point for Valpo. This is looking good for them. You're in a good spot, right? Don't have many ults though. Ult economy, any dragged out fight I think favors favors Olivet. So both gates open right there. Force Striker going to be able to knock 2 off on the side. Knocks 3 off on the side. And Valpo just gets wiped on objective here. Both gates open up. Suki9 falls. And Ball hitting a triple kill bangering right there.
Going to have only 2 ultimates available for that retake. It looks like the gates were used like last second there.
Yep. It's a bit interesting, but Olivet taking their objective, and you can see they're playing really aggressively right now because it's like they don't really want to take a team fight, knowing how much they blew last fight. They're trying to just get a pick to make it harder for Valpo, even with those ults coming up to get anything. Trying to just isolate that Atlas, but it looks like Ball is in a little bit of a weird spot here. Atlas gonna be able to get out okay, I think. Yeah, gonna be able to get out okay. Ball still just rolling around this corner here. Ramon gonna be able to find one though, and now Valpo is at the advantage here, pushing to this corner. Ramon almost falling down, getting chipped out. They have a lot of like burst damage, but it feels like they're not able to finish anybody off on the side of Valpo. The area now comes out, but Atlas is gonna be the first one to draw blood though. They are gonna trade. Kirakuki pops immediately, ult in the corner, gonna do so much damage. That Ana's gonna fall as well. Ball not gonna be able to cover fast enough as Kirakuki finds the second one as well. And there's going to be the ult coming from the backline as well. Ball jumps in. Ball falling low, though. The Fan the Hammer is going to finish it off with Air J. And all that's left is on objective. They're going to clean take this. Unless you have a bit of a tap here. But I think it's kind of rough to, try and enter into that. You're going to pop ult. And Valpo going to take this map 4, bringing this to game 5 with the reverse sweep now in the horizon.
Yeah, and like I said, they had a reverse sweep in NACC this week and looking to do it again here in the GLEC. Play the game though, going to be this wrecking ball again, and look at that guy.
This should be this triple knock. This is kind of funny. You can just see, and then just slammed on the corner as well. You find 3. Ball gameplay, But now Valpo being able to pick up 2 wins here, bringing this series to 2-2. Looking for the reverse sweep going on. Keeping us in the booth here, keeping us happy. So. We're excited to go into our game 5, but we will catch you guys after a slight break, and we'll pick up at the start of that match. And we are back, ladies, gentlemen, and enemies, for the start of this Game 5 of this Academy Overwatch series versus Olivet. Immediately going to shield up on that Widow, but we are moving to Circuit Royale. And of course, when you have Circuit Royale, you got Sigma. You got a Sigma mirror match. It's pretty much the only tank that you play on this map, because it's just way, way too good. But immediately going to shield from this side. Valpo just dashing around the corner looking for something here. Atlas going to get to the side, but Kirakuki just gets bursted out by that Bastion, and now going to have to back up. Obviously, you don't have much of a frontline Bastion. Getting aggressive here, looking for this, looking for that, and going to be able to find it with the Atlas. Suzu, excuse me, not Suzu, the Baptiste Immortal, going to keep him up.
Two spots that are really hard to push through on this map are this very beginning portion and the very end. So Valpo, with those staggers, going to have a tough time getting to this point, but we'll have 3 minutes to get to this first checkpoint. So going to have everybody up now, and at this point kind of just looking for picks, charging up those ults, and seeing if they can. We do have Atlas looking off the side here.
Yep, you see, I think obviously since you don't have a lot of range in your comp right now as Valpo, you're really looking for picks, and that's going to be off of displacement. It's going to be just pushing back, and Atlas playing kind of this range game right now is going to give them the space that they need. That's a triple kill right there. Indeed's going to be able to trade one, but Valpo now pushing through this first objective here. Whew, my voice is going.
I didn't know that rock had like gravity. Like it looked like it started to swerve down towards
it has
the
an
end of it.
yeah, it has an arc. If
Yeah,
you're throwing it long range, you got to aim it up.
The first time I've ever seen that.
That's why I've seen a lot of like Sigma edits where if it's any kind of rock, they shoot it and then it cuts to like Steph Curry shooting from the 3-point range and then it lands. It's like that's kind of the joke.
Yeah, it's
with
got
it.
those. There are very few FPS games that have like that actual like curved shots.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't see that too often.
But
Probably
Valpo
the only instance in Overwatch.
didn't get the objective there right there, 2 meters away from it. So not gonna get that early checkpoint or that respawn here. So still having to fight for it a little bit. Otherwise, pretty good push, right? Obviously, you got a minute 30 left, so still got some time on the clock. You're not in like yeah, exactly. You're not in do or die situation here, so it's gonna be 4 ults for 4 ults. It's kind of just being able to space it out for what you need. I think it's not the worst in the world if you want to just go completely ham and just pop all of them at once, because we're going to see the ult immediately on the backline there. Looking for the ult. The Mortal Shield's going to be able to keep it up. The Rock not going to be able to land. There's the ult as well. Kirakuki is purple and slammed down here. Not going to be able to survive that. As Valpo working on this backline, though. You're going to see 3 down for the side of Olivet. Only 2 down for the side of... And Atlas stays alive there. Huge healing. That's probably going to be objective right here.
They're able to win that fight there because, no backline for Olivet, and Atlas did have his support still up. So Valpo is able to get to that first point, going to add some time. Going to have 3 minutes now, and going to have 3 ultimates remaining.
Yep. Otherwise, good call right there. Valpo just being able to kind of work that backline, right? Sacrifice a little bit of your tank if they're going to burst so much into that. Atlas and Ramona just working that backline, so feels good.
Yeah, my one kind of I feel like nitpick with this series is Valpo. I feel like they're holding on to their ults too much, but going to have 3 available for this next fight, because in that instance, it is good that they have them up now and we're able to win the fight without using all of them. Fortunately, Ramon does get picked. We have CQ9 popping his ult here, going to buff up Atlas.
Yep, and Atlas just trying to walk down a little bit there. Immediately can dive underground, trying to just get a little bit of range. Not going to be able to find anything though. The shielding's going to be huge. Just dash right back out of range and just still trying to work these angles a little bit here. Kirakuki stuck in a bit of a rough spot for the healer. Not going to be able to find that. Atlas is still in this backline. They're keeping the Widow pick even with Atlas on Ventra. I feel like Widow just can't function. Right? Obviously,
after the first point, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Like
those are like close range fights now. But has been able to stay alive somehow.
He's trying to play on this angle, right? We're kind of back in a similar position. You got a good initial push, but at this point a lot harder for the enemy team to hold. And we're gonna see Atlas swap off of Venture to Genji here. There's immediately the ult coming in as well. The stun's going to be huge, and then the snipe out. Just going to finish off that kill. Ramon still looking for something. Not going to be able to find that. That's 2 down. The Bastion ult just created a little bit too much space for Valpo to try and handle. Sleep in the backline is going to be huge, but the anti is just going to make sure Valpo doesn't get that healing out.
Yeah, and I
Mainly
think
shot down again.
I think the switch to Genji for Atlas was to be able to have that dive capability and get onto that Widow and onto those longer range players like the Ana as well.
It's also rough for Bastion to try and function into Genji.
Yeah.
Like Genji,
But,
Genji gets in his face and just waits.
I feel like the Venture has been doing like so well this series too. So we'll see how the switch works out because I see pros and cons with it. So
Yeah, we'll just have to see, right? Obviously, 40 seconds left on the clock here. Valpo halfway to that next objective. Kirakuki pops ult, immediately gonna look for a kill. Finds a double kill right there on their front line. And Olivet was so split that just being able to pick that off there is gonna be huge. Ramon finds one, finds the second one as well. Atlas just dove in that back line. That's gonna be a team wipe for the side of Valpo here as they push this objective. I don't know if Olivet can hold it, but they did all respawn almost at the same time, so. Yeah, I think that's just objective. They're just going to try and hold this. Unless... No, Bastion's just walking on. I don't think you can even hold it. As you can see, Atlas just finds a kill right there. Ramon pops ult as well. Going to be able to find one, just holding on to the side here. And now Olivet is even more staggered than they were before.
Bad choice for Olivet there.
Yeah.
Didn't make any like hero switches to be able to get that touch. And they're going to pay for it as Valpo's going to be able to get a few extra meters for free now.
Yeah, now Atlas is just kind of playing this game here, being able to jump up. It's just a bit rough now, like for Olivet, because Valpo just got a really, really free push here, and now you're sitting on 3 ults, right? You have Nano Blade, right? So it's kind of huge, just for like combo wise. So
looking forward to it, to the Nano Genji ult.
Yeah. Yeah, there's the gates opened up as well. Just gonna pop it out. AirJ immediately just trying to get around this choke at least a little bit. There's the dash in, still looking for something. It's kind of just like all about angles that you want to play this, right? There's comes the ult. Atlas dropping down a little bit low, does get the healing, does dodge the Bastion ult as well. Bastion not gonna be able to pick up one as Kirakuki finds off that. Yep, and here comes the ult coming out of Kirakuki as well. Gonna dash up to this front, still hitting the corner, not gonna be able to pick off anything, but does do a lot of damage. There comes the Nano Blade as well in the back line. Atlas finds one, Atlas finds the second. Does not have his dash though. Not gonna be able to get that, but that is a double kill right there. And as they approach this final objective, any stagger is gonna be worth it. As they push on, the purple is there. Atlas with the triple kill. Ramon finds the 4th, and they are just going to cascade into this final objective. Valpo going up 3 points right now in this first round of this match 5.
Yeah, full push with about 10 seconds left there. And they're able to do it. So we're able to capitalize off of the mistakes from Olivet there and take full advantage of them and find that full push.
Yeah.
So very strong, great attack for Valpo, but now I'm going to have to play some defense on certain. See what comp it is. See the Sigma again, 100%. See what Atlas decides to play. Well as Ramon might want to have some more range. But yeah, we'll see.
Ready for battle.
Yeah, just gotta keep it fresh. Obviously, just going with the comp that worked before, right? Just going with something that's comfortable, not gonna change it up for defense. So, especially expecting that they're gonna go some kind of projectile heavy comp. You have Atlas on Genji.
Thinking about who we used to be.
I try to focus on the good times.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, I do too,
We
Genji.
did have some of those.
I try to think about the good times too. You know, when it gets to game 5 and your voice gives out, you start to just.
Train wind across that purple valley.
There you go. You just let the Overwatch characters talk for you. You don't even need to cast. It's a great feeling.
Can't repeat what she said in polite company.
So going to have the same comp that we ended that push with on attack. And looks like we're going to have the same comp for Olivet as well.
Yeah, I mean, still, we'll try and hold to this side. Obviously going to have to play around this choke. We just have to see how they want to play it. Kirikuki getting chunked a little bit here. Rock going out. They're going to try and get to this top side. You are going to knock down that McCree a little bit here with that damage. A huge biotic grenade right there, but May is just walking down. The Suzu is going to be able to keep him alive. Atlas diving to that backline, but the immortality is going to keep a lot of them up right now. And a great reflect coming out of that's going to trade a kill for kill. Now you're pushing back, right? You don't have a tank, but one of your DPS drops, one of your support drops. All that's left is Atlas and AirJ on this objective, but Atlas gets walled off, and Valpo gonna be pushed off of this objective here.
Yeah, so pretty solid pace so far for Olivet. Looks like they're going to be able to cap this first point with 3 minutes remaining.
Yeah, that is gonna be huge for them, at least like playing into overtime.
Yeah. So they're about 2 minutes ahead of pace for Valpo's. Valpo had about 3 minutes remaining after they got that time added.
Yep, so you just gotta be careful on how they want to play around the single. Kirikuki with a nice rock and then a quick pickup kill right there as they come around this bend. So you're gonna be able to take up a little bit more space here. Just push up, try to take out that barrier. Still looking around the corner for something. Obviously what's nice is you have so many angles that you can just kind of ricochet off of, and a giant shot right there going to be able to take a lot of health. You do have Sigma ult, and it's a really nice angle right here as you're going to lift 3 people up right now. The sleep is going to stop. It's going to be a huge sleep from Ana right there, stopping the pull back down. CQ9 still going to be able to find one. Atlas still finds the second, swap back to that Venture now, finds the third one. That's going to be 4 down for the side of Olivet as AirJ and Kirikuki finish up the rest. Team kill, going over to Valpo, clearing off of this first objective.
That Sigma ult was like so huge into the sleep. I don't think I've ever seen that sleep before. Oh, he typed nice sleep in all chat. That's crazy.
Nah, that's respect. That's respect.
Yeah.
No, Valpo looking good on their ultimates, right? There's a May ult immediately popped. Where? Where did that go? I think that was, yeah, it's got to be a misclick because they just threw ult and that hit nothing. So immediately, yeah, Atlas is going to try and trade this. There's the nano as well, going to pop out the stun, but it's not going to be too much because immediately the shred right there. And now just using up the rest of that nano, being able to push back to that line. Ana caught out a little bit here. Venture just diving to this back, not going to be able to find anything. Kirikuki's going to be able to finish off that kill. And Olivet still trying to just hang on to this payload desperately, but I don't think there's anything they can do. Kirikuki picks up another kill there, and Valpo putting on an extremely, extremely nice hold here, although there is still 3 minutes left on the clock.
I think whatever their warm-up routine for games is, they should add 2 games to that because it seems like game 3 they just start to turn it up and are a completely different team. I mean,
yeah.
Like in game 1, it seemed like they kind of got destroyed a bit, to put it nicely, and they have really been turning it up.
There's the nano as well coming from the side. The rock not going to be able to knock down or stun here. Still looking around this corner there. You're going to trade 1 for 1 though. Atlas picks up 1, but CQ9. So both teams are down a support going into this fight. You now have your Sigma as well to pop, but this stun is going to be huge. I don't think he wants to use it as they are just too pushed off of this objective now. Yep, just going to have to try and dash back. Ramon falls. AirJ and Atlas the only 2 up right now. They might be able to make a hold on this objective, but we don't want to make the same mistake that Olivet made.
I was just about to say that, yeah. And Olivet on pretty much the exact same pace that Valpo was, and Atlas does die there, so I feel like Valpo's got to give up this point, and they will do so.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean they're
just gotta back up and play the respect game
here.
Yeah. Now it's you kind of remember that Valpo only had 9 seconds left on the clock, right? And you're going into this third objective with 3 minutes here, so Valpo definitely needs to kind of at least slow it down a little bit, get as much as you can. You don't necessarily have to like try and force a win right here with risky plays, more so that you just play calm and collected, try to knock off as much as you can, and worst case scenario you're going to overtime, right? So Rock gonna get blocked by barrier there. Oh, nice. Immediately going to pop that right there. The Suzu's going to make sure he stays alive but doesn't get the pull off because he doesn't find anything. There's the ult on the top side from that Cassidy. Still looking for something. The shield is going to be huge and then just charges it up just enough to be able to pop Kirikuki. 2 down for the side of Valpo. All that's left is Ramon stuck in the corner. Not going to be able to find it. CQ9 and AirJ now back up.
So Olivet with a lot of time left now, going to have just under 3 minutes and only about
Oh, there's the
10
mail.
meters to
Okay.
push.
Yeah, Suzu's going to be huge, but it's not going to be enough. As you see, Kyokugi just kind of stuck on this corner, but the pull off by Sigma is going to be huge. There's the Nano as well. Kyokugi already low on this objective. Ramon's going to be able to find one with the ult, but it's not going to be enough as he gets shredded off. And Olivet just pushes onto this. 3 minutes left in the match, tying it up 3-3. We're moving to overtime.
Score.
So Olivet going to have the advantage here in overtime as they are going to have about 2 minutes 17-second advantage here. So we'll see what they're able to do. Valpo going to be starting off on attack here, I believe.
Yeah, it's going to be Valpo on attack here. Obviously, you have the least amount of time, so just trying to...
Where is this on Circuit Royale? Sorry.
This is one of the spawn rooms.
Oh, gotcha. It's kind of a vibe.
Honestly, yeah, I kind of want to be here right now. Like, here, let's
That's where I'm trying to spend my Saturday evening.
Hey,
This waterfall room.
Let me just sit us
It's
down
like comfy,
right here.
yeah. Kick the legs up.
Yeah, there needs to be something in the middle of this room. There's not enough. Like, it feels weird to sit around.
Need like a
And not have
pool
anything in the
table
middle
or
there.
like some entertainment
Yeah, like
fixture.
give me like a fountain. Like, you already have the water theme. Like, give me a fountain. But no, immediately hopping onto the side. Right, 20 seconds left. So we're just enjoying our last little moment of serenity and peace before the chaos that is this overtime
gotta
round.
take a deep breath here if you're going into Game 5 overtime. If you're playing in this game now, gotta have a moment of zen and stay locked in. And do have a couple swaps here for Valpo. Going to have the Reinhardt, the Lucio, Ramon going to be on the venture now, Atlas with the Genji. So a lot of swaps coming out for Valpo. Completely different comp, and we'll see how it works because Olivet can't be prepared for this. They're not ready.
You just have to play super aggressively here if you really want anything, because with this time restraint that you have, you're immediately going to push onto this because you're going to find the first pick there, shred to the side. CQ9 finds the second one as well, and now, oh my goodness, that's 4 down for the side of them. All that's left is right there, and that's a quick team kill. You're going to see Indeed jump right off the map. Quick team kill for Valpo, and that's going to be huge for them getting this. Obviously, when you're setting the tone in overtime, it's really important that very, very first push goes well.
Yep, and we'll see what the response is for Olivet, but no swaps actually come out.
Yeah, you're gonna see still just pushing to this corner. Obviously, overtime coming up here, so not really gonna get any extra time, especially with the checkpoints here. So you just gotta keep shoving it, see what happens. So overtime popped off now, no C9 in it. You just gotta stay on this objective and let it rock. So you do want this increased spawn though. So although you don't get any time boost, you at least do get an extra check down. And there's immediately the ham down as well. Valpo just winning these trades. Another huge pin. You can see the tempo has just been turned up like tenfold on these guys because they're just shoving this. But you have to be careful. Always just communicating who's on point. RJ.
Okay.
Yeah, the unsung
I was
hero
thinking
right
the
here,
same
just
thing.
being able to stay on point. I was looking on cam. I'm like, who could it be? Like, we gotta find who's staying on this objective and make sure they don't fall off. Yeah, you're gonna see Valpo now just kind of set up. It's rough because when you run like a dive like Genji, you do have to just trust that your teammates don't die behind you in these overtime moments because you won't really have time to get back. You're gonna see Ramon on the venture, so they are going venture Genji this time. Atlas opting for the Genji, but there's immediately the pop out. Ramon gonna dive around that corner. You're looking for a blade. Yep, there's the blade in the back line. And you're gonna dash, looking for one here. Dodges the sleep, gets the reflect, gonna be able to find one. Looking for the second dash, finds the second dash, and everybody hopped off point. Oh, they got
Everyone
pushed
was
off
up?
point. Yeah,
Score.
it was just, that was
Is the
exactly what we
Ramatra
were
punch
talking
off,
about.
maybe? I
Yeah,
don't know.
probably.
Exactly what you said. You cast
Yeah,
a curse.
I think I caster cursed it. My fault.
I think so, but a phenomenal attack with only a minute. I mean, able to get 60 meters is insane with only a minute. So definitely putting themselves in a very doable position, even though Olivet has about 3:17 left. So Olivet had a pretty significant advantage going into overtime. Now I would say Valpo potentially has a slight advantage.
Ready
Yep.
for battle.
I think this is a good spot for Valpo to be at least like tempo wise.
And
Right.
like momentum wise, like I'd say, we're definitely at 50-50 now because Valpo has momentum, played that super well.
Yep, yeah. Although
Gonna have
like
the
obviously,
Ramatra.
yeah, time in your face. I like Ramatra. When you're playing these kind of like timer games, right? When you're playing payload maps in this overtime, you're pretty much just looking for drain tanks. You're looking for somebody that's going to be able to provide a lot of time on point rather than like a pick, rather than you run like a diva for like, projectile and kind of like flying around backline dive. With Ramatra, you have so much sustain and you still get the shield from Sigma, right? You still get a lot of like area control that you would usually get with Sigma, but you have a lot more sustain and kind of lockdown, so I like it.
I
But
do
yeah,
really hate the noise of Ramatra attacking though.
really?
Well, because I've heard it for the past like
Yeah, I don't blame you.
2 years of my life, just like stuck, cemented in my head.
I don't know, I think it's very satisfying when he's shooting with that.
I don't.
I,
Like
I love the Overwatch headshot noise. That's what I like. But immediately gonna push down to this point, right? Reaper just kind of solo pushing this. You're still fighting for topside objective. Kirkuk, you're gonna be able to shield up a majority of that. Just push down to the side, right? The form change gonna be huge there, just for the extra health. But now, pushing around to this corner, you're gonna have to back up. But Ramon is the first one to drop. Burst's gonna be a little bit too much. You're gonna see Atlas also falls. Now you don't have any DPS though. Kirakugi just forced to try and frontline this. A lot of healing going to him, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough because they are just forced and stunned back, and that's gonna be a full clear. Valpo has to really get on their horse here because you have 2 minutes and they already pushed to that first objective.
is gonna pause for a minute at the objective though, so should have plenty of time to get a nice contest in. Hopefully, what I'm thinking about now is Olivet really only needs to win one more fight, and with some of these ultimates starting to come up, could be scary.
Yep, yeah, Valpo really needs to play cautious here. Really needs to just make sure that they can stay locked in, because any one of those ults could just be game winning or losing.
And any pick, could be a set win, set loss.
Yep. Yeah, I mean this is game 5, right? This is what it all comes down to here, is because immediately there's the power up and they're gonna just nano early here, looking for any kind of pick. Gonna be able to knock down the immortality shield, still looking for something, just a lot of damage on that back, but here comes the window as well. Indeed has jumped in the back line, gonna be able to kill Atlas. Atlas falls with ult up, and that's gonna be rough for Valpo. Still just trying to hold in. Air J also falls. Kirakuki just trying to stay alive, but it's not going to be enough. They just push off this. All that's left is the biotic grenade, but it's not going to be enough. Valpo falls in the overtime of map 5 in this series against Olivet. It's tragic.
It's tough.
It feels so bad, man. Kirakuki, yeah, silver lining. Get the final play of the game, so we'll take it. But yeah, I mean, just really interesting series, really fun series to watch, at least. So we at least got your money's worth for the time here.
Yeah, you
So,
definitely did.
what can I say? I mean, threatening a reverse sweep is sometimes all you can ask from a team. At least going down 0-2 in a series. At
Game
the
5
initial start.
overtime's always exciting. Does suck to be on the losing end.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So that's all you can do. But that's gonna be it from us in the booth here. I was your host, Diadem. This was my co-host.
Henry Speedy Kill Ninja.
Thank you for all the likes, follows, subscribes. We will catch you guys at the start of our next stream this week.